Hi, my name is Kerry Ann and welcome to my Assessment Task 1, Conceptual Understanding Procedures. I'm studying biology and I have chosen Unit 4, Area of Study 1, Human Change over Time for this assignment. So this area of study is the human fossil record as an example of a classification scheme that is open to interpretations that are contested, refined or replaced when new evidence challenges them or when a new model has greater explanatory power, including whether Homo sapiens and Homo neanderthals interbred and the placement of Homo denisovians into the Homo evolutionary tree. Who are Homo sapiens? So this actually is a question not easily answered. As mentioned in the Area of Study 1 description, new evidence is coming to light regularly that therefore contests, refines or replaces accepted views and opinions. Only recently, with new technologies, in particular DNA mapping and analysis, has it shown that modern humans have Neanderthal DNA. Therefore, interbreeding must have occurred. This certainly goes against previous held beliefs. Also, recent fossil finds of bones in the Denisovia cave reveals a previous unknown Homo species. So this has led to the classification of a new lineage, the Denisovians. There is still some uncertainty where they fit into the evolutionary tree. There is also fossil records of a different Homo species found in Flores in Indonesia, which are also different to other lineages of Homo sapiens. Homo florensis, there is still uncertainty about how they might fit into the human evolutionary tree. Until recently, all three of these Homo types were considered separate to Homo sapiens and derived from a much earlier ancestor. This is now being reformed. So I chose this topic, the justification of why I believe this would fit well with using a cup process, is because of the uncertainty and the traditional views that are still common in society. As it clearly states in the area of study, it is a contested issue and is open to interpretation, and I believe this could lead to student uncertainty and confusion. Because of this uncertainty, I believe it aligns well with the CUP approach, which aims to draw out and modify prior conceptions in a diagrammatic form. It is important for this topic students have an awareness of their preconceived ideas and the influence of where these may have come from. The contested nature of the topic can increase its difficulty, so again, a CUP approach is appropriate. Underlying the constructivist approach that the CUP process takes leads to expanding and modifying students' own understanding, which will be essential in this topic. Lastly, I actually have a personal interest in this area and hope that I can pass on this passion and have a positive effect on students' enthusiasm and interest in this area. There's three main difficulties that I can see students may face when exploring this topic, and I've sort of already mentioned them, is that they would probably have quite traditional society views, unless they have an interest in it and have done their own research. Most people still sort of believe that Neanderthals were separate from humans and that they're a brute, which sort of also leads into another difficulty, is that there may be some media influences, as I said, that we've got this caveman image in our mind. They also may have they may not have any knowledge of Homo denisovians and Homo florensis. Unless they do have an interest in this area, it isn't a well talked about topic, so that may negatively affect some of this process in this topic. So for engagement into this area and setting the scene, I've chosen the use of imagery. So the first image I would display to the students is this one, which is just of Neanderthals. So I would generate discussion around what that image represents, what comes to mind, why do they think that. So again, be interesting to see what would be drawn out around the use of that image. I would then proceed to two more challenging images. The first being a Neanderthal with an Homo sapien as we know it, or a modern human. And again, I would generate discussion around their thoughts when they see this image. Do they think that that's something that could have occurred? You know, were they on the planet together? You know, talking about interbreeding. And that would sort of lead to the next image, which is I am how much percentage, question mark, Neanderthal. And this also ties in with the second part of the cup process, where I would ask them to have a bit of a wild guess, just mainly for fun, see what they're, again, to draw out preconceived ideas around how much percentage of DNA, of Neanderthal DNA, do modern humans have. So the actual cup usage involves a diagrammatic response. So this fits really well with this topic, because I would want the students to draw a Homo evolutionary tree, where they need, in that tree, they need to consider the Denisovians, the Neanderthals, and Homo florensis. So that would be the first part. And just a little added on the bottom would be guessing a bit of a number by looking at their tree of the percentage of DNA, of Neanderthal DNA in modern humans. So that's the crux of how I would present it. From there, I suppose the next few lessons would be actually getting students to research current scientific information reports on this issue, and probably getting them to, again, to draw another Homo evolutionary tree once they've done some research. And then there'd be maybe a bit of a class presentation with what they've found, probably within their triplets. Anyway, I really look forward to your feedback on how I can improve this, the good, the bad, and all of that. So good luck with your assignments, and I look forward to watching yours. Thank you.